couldn't hear you.
Well, I was just telling you that one of the no-neck monsters messed up my lovely Les dress, so I have to change.
Why'd you call Cooper's Kitties no-neck monsters?
Because they've got no necks. Isn't that good enough a reason?
Don't they have any necks?
None visible. Their fat little heads are set on their fat little bodies without a little bit of connection. Yes, it's a shame. You can't wring their necks if they got no necks to wring. Isn't that right, honey? Yes, they have no necks, and all no-neck people are monsters. You hear them? You hear them screaming? I don't know where their voice boxes are located since they got no necks. I'll tell you what, Brick. I got so nervous at that table tonight that I just about threw my head back and uttered a scream so loud you could hear all the way to the Arkansas border and all the way to parts of Louisiana and Tennessee. I looked at your charming sister-in-law, May. May, honey, can't you set those kitties at a separate table with an oilcloth cover that makes such a mess of the lace and it looks so pretty? Well, she just made these enormous eyes at me and said, oh, no! On Big Daddy's birthday? He would never forgive me. Well, I will have you know that Big Daddy had not been sat at that table more than 2 minutes with those 5 no-neck monsters before he threw his fork down and said, Gopher, why don't you just set those pigs in a trough in the kitchen? I'll tell you what, I nearly could have died. Oh, just think of it, Brick. They got 5 of them, and number 6 is on the way. Bring them all down here like a bunch of animals to display at a county fair. Doing tricks for Big Daddy all the time. Junior, show Big Daddy how you do this. Show Big Daddy how you do that. Say a little piece for Big Daddy, sister. Oh, sugar, why don't you just show Big Daddy your nipples? It goes on all the time. Along with a lot of constant remarks and innuendos about how you and I are totally childless and therefore totally useless. Of course, it'd be comical. It wasn't so disgustingly obvious what they're up to.
What are they up to, Maggie?
You know what they're up to.
No, I don't know what they're up to.
Well, I will tell you what they are up to, boy of mine. They are up to cutting you out of your father's estate. And now that we know that Big Daddy has died of cancer, I want the rebel! I want the rebel! I want the rebel! There's too much light in this room.
Do we?
Do we what?
No, Big Daddy's died of cancer.
Got the report today. Yeah, got the report just now. It didn't surprise me, baby. I saw the signs as soon as we got here last spring. I'm willing to bet that Brother Man and his wife are not surprised by it either. That explains why they came down here in favor of leaving their usual trip to the coolness of the Great Smokies every summer. All whip-stitched with their entire screaming tribe. Now, so many remarks have been made about Rainbow Hill lately. You know what Rainbow Hill is? It's a place for treating alcoholics and dope fiends in the movies.
Well, I'm not in movies.
No, you don't take dope. Otherwise, you are a prime candidate for Rainbow Hill, baby, and that is exactly where they aim to ship you over my dead body. Yep, over my dead body, they will ship you there. And Gooper can get his hands on Big Daddy's purse strings and dole out remittances, maybe get power of attorney, cut off our credit wherever, whenever he wanted. That son of a bitch. How do you like this, baby? Well, you've just been doing about everything you can to bring it about. Quitting your job, taking up the occupation of drinking, breaking your ankle, doing what? Jumping hurdles at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the high school athletic field? Oh, that's just fantastic. You even got in the paper, the Clarksdale Register wrote a nice little line item about it. Former high school athlete staged a one-man track meet on the Glorious Hill High School athletic field, but was just slightly out of condition and didn't clear the first hurdle. Yes. Brother Man Gooper said he had to exercise all of his influence to make sure that it didn't go out over the AP or UP or every goddamn P, but Rick, you still have one big advantage.
Did you say something, Maggie?
Big Daddy dotes on you, honey, and he cannot stand Brother Man and Brother Man's wife, that monster of fertility man. twilight sleep when the twins were born, because motherhood is an experience that someone ought to experience fully to appreciate all the wonder and beauty of it. Ha! And now she made Brother Man stand in the delivery with him because he should also experience the wonder and beauty of it, producing those no-neck monsters. Yes, Big Daddy shares my attitude about those two. And as for me, well, I give him a little knife every now and then. He tolerates me just fine. Besides, I think Big Daddy harbors a little unconscious lech for me.
What makes you think Big Daddy has a lech for you, Maggie?
The way that he drops his eyes down my body when I'm talking to him, drops his eyes to my boobs and licks his old chops.
Kind of talk is disgusting.
Did anybody ever tell you that you are an ass-aching Puritan, Brick? I think it's mighty fine that that old man on the doorstep of death still takes in my body with what I think is deserved appreciation. You want to know something else? Big Daddy didn't know how many little Mays and Goopers had been produced. He sat down with Gooper and said, "Hey, Gooper, how many kiddies you got now?" Big Mama said that he was joking, but that old boy was not joking. Lord, no. And when he had warned him that they had 5 and number 6 was coming, well, it seemed to come as sort of an unpleasant surprise. Scream, monsters! Yeah. You should have been at that supper table with me. Well, Big Daddy, oh, bless his old sweet soul, he's the dearest old thing, but he does prefer to hunch over his food as if he'd prefer not to notice anything else. Brother Man and his wife were sitting across from him watching him like a hawk. All the while at that supper table, just jawing and jabbering and blabbering about the cuteness and brilliance of the no-neck monsters. All those little no-neck monsters were ranged around the kitchen table, some on high chairs and some on the books of knowledge, all in these little paper caps in honor of Big Daddy's birthday. Well, I will have you know that Gooper and his partner never once, not for a moment, stopped exchanging pokes and pinches and kicks and signs and signals. They're like a couple of card sharks, fleecing a sucker. Even Big Mama, she is not the quickest and brightest thing in the world, no. Even she noticed, and she finally said, "Gooper, what are you and May making all these signals at each other for?" I'll tell you what, I nearly choked on my chicken. Oh, and Brother Man Gooper. He still cherishes the illusion that he took a great big step up on the social ladder when he married Miss May Flynn of the Memphis Flynns. But I have a piece of Spanish news for Gooper. The Flynns never had anything at all but money, and they lost that. They were just barely successful social climbers. You know May, when she came out in Memphis 8 years before I made my debut in Nashville, well, I had friends that came from Memphis at Ward Belmont, and they used to come see me, and I used to go see them at Christmas and spring vacations. So I know who rates and who does not rate in Memphis society. Papa Flynn barely escaped the federal penitentiary for shading manipulations on the stock market when his chain stores crashed. And as for May being Cotton Carnival Queen, well, that is not an honor that I envy her for. Sit on a brass throne, bowing and blowing kisses to all the trash in the street. Ugh, tacky float. Well, you know what happened to little Miss Susie McPheeters the year before last when she was selected for that honor? You want to know? You want to know what happened to little Miss Susie McPheeters?
What happened to little Susie McPheeters?
Somebody spits a bag of juice straight in her face.
Somebody spits a pack of juice in her face.
That's right. Somebody spit tobacco juice into her face, was drunk, leaned out of the window of the Hotel Gaioso and yelled, "Hey, Queen! Hey there, Queenie!" And Miss Susie, oh, she just flashed up this radiant smile, and that drunk just squirted a bit of tobacco juice straight in her face.
Oh, what do you know about that?
What do I know about it? I was there. I saw it.
Must have been kind of
you help notice it? Of course he noticed it. I can't be thin-skinned anymore. I'm not thin-skinned anymore, Rick. Can't afford to be. Rick,
Did you say something?
well, I was going to say something. I was going to say that, Rick, I get lonely sometimes. Very.
Oh, everybody gets that.
Living with somebody that you love can be lonelier than living entirely alone if that someone doesn't love you.
Would you like to live alone, Maggie?
No. No, God, no, I wouldn't. Did you have a nice shower?
Uh-huh.
Was the water cold?
No.
Or made you feel fresh, huh?
Pressure.
Well, I know what would make you feel much fresher.
What?
An alcohol rub? Or a rub of cologne?
It's good after a workout, but I haven't been working out, Maggie.
No. But you kept in good shape, though.
Think so, Maggie?
I always thought the drinking men lost their looks, but I was plainly mistaken.
Ah, thanks, Maggie.
You're the only drinking man I ever knew that never seems to put fat on.
Getting softer, Maggie.
Well, sooner or later it's bound to soften you up. It's just beginning to soften up Skipper with. I'm sorry. I never could keep my fingers off a sore. I wish you would lose your looks, though. It would make the martyrdom of St. Maggie a little bit more bearable, but no such goddamn luck. Yes. A person that didn't know you would think you've never had a strained muscle or a tense nerve in your body. You've always had that sort of detached quality. Sort of lack of concern when you were playing a game over whether you won or lost. Now that you've lost the game, oh no. Not lost. Just quit playing. Now you have that sort of rare charm that's usually saved for helplessly sick or old people. The charm of the defeated. You are so cool. So cool, so enviably cool.
Now look here, boy, let me show you how to get out of that.
They're playing croquet. The moon is out. It's white. It's just beginning to turn a little bit yellow. You were a wonderful lover. You were such a wonderful person to go to bed with. And mostly because I think you were really indifferent to it. Isn't that right? You never had any anxiety about it. You always did it naturally, easily, slowly. It's more like opening a door for a lady or seating her at a table than giving any expression, any longing for her. Your indifference made you wonderful at lovemaking. Strange.
Oh, that's a
True.
beauty. Yeah, I got your buttons.
You know what? If I thought that you would never make love to me again, I would go downstairs right now and I would grab the biggest and sharpest knife I could find and I by then will be drunk enough to believe me. Yes. They are playing croquet. Big Daddy's dying of cancer. What were you thinking of when you were looking at me like that just now? Were you thinking of Skipper? Excuse me. Forgive me, but laws of silence don't work, Brick. No. Laws of silence don't work. Laws of silence don't work! When something is festering in your memory or your imagination, the laws of silence don't work. It's like trying to close the door on a house fire in hopes that the house will stop burning. But shutting the door on a fire brick will not put it out. Secrecy about a thing will just magnify it, make it fester, grow malignant.
Give me my crutch.
Lean on me.
No, just give me my crutch.
Lean on my shoulder.
I don't want to lean on your shoulder. I want my crutch. If you give me my crutch, you're going to have to crawl on my hands and knees on the floor.
Here, take it. Take it.
Thanks.
We must have shouted at each other because walls have ears. That is the first time in a long time that you've actually raised your voice at me. I think that's a good sign. Crack in the wall of composure. A sign of nerves and a player on the defensive.
Just hasn't happened yet, Maggie.
What?
Click, I get in my head when I've had enough of this stuff to make me peaceful. Will you do me a favor?
Maybe I will. What favor?
Just keep your voice down.
I will do you that favor. I will speak in a whisper, if not shut up completely, if you will do me the favor of making that drink your last one until after the party.
What party?
Big Daddy's birthday party.
Is this Big Daddy's birthday?
You know this is Big Daddy's birthday.
No, I don't. I forgot it.
Well, I remembered it for you.
Good for you, Maggie.
You just have to write a few words on this card here.
You write something, Maggie.
It has to be your handwriting. It is your present. It has got to be your handwriting.
I didn't get him a present.
Well, I got one for you.
All right. You write the card then.
And have him know that you didn't remember his birthday?
I didn't remember his birthday.
You don't have to prove that you
I
didn't.
don't want to fool him about it.
You've got to.
No! I don't have to do anything I don't want to. You keep forgetting the conditions on which we agreed to stay on living
I am
together.
not living with you. We occupy the same
You gotta
page.
remember the conditions agreed on.
Ah, they are impossible conditions.
Oh, why don't you just tell us?
Get away. Somebody at the door.
May I enter a moment?
Oh, it's you, May. Sure. Come on in.
Brick, is this thing yours?
Sister woman, that is my Diana trophy. I won it at the intercollegiate archery contest at Ole Miss.
Well, it's a mighty dangerous thing to leave out exposed around a house full of normal red-blooded children attracted to weapons.
Well, normal red-blooded children attracted to weapons ought to be taught to keep their hands to themselves.
Oh, Maggie, honey, if you had any children of your own, you'd know how funny that was. Would you please lock that thing up and hide away the key?
Sister woman, nobody is plotting the destruction of your kitties. Rick and I still hold our special archer's license. We're planning to go deer hunting out on Moon Lake as soon as the season starts. I just love running through chilly woods with the dogs and run and leap over obstructions.
How's the injured ankle, Brick?
Doesn't hurt. Just itches.
Oh, Brick, you should have been downstairs after supper. The kiddies put on a show. Polly played piano, Sonny and Buster drums, and then they turned out the lights, and Dixie and Trixie did a little toe dance in fairy costume with sparklers. Big Daddy just beamed. He just beamed.
Oh, I bet. I'm so sorry that we missed it.
Huh.
But May, I have a question for you. Why'd you name all your kitties after dogs?
Dogs' names?
Dixie, Trixie, Buster, Sonny, Polly. Sounds like 4 dogs and a parrot.
Maggie, why can't you tell a joke that's funny, and then I'll laugh? You know the real names of all my kitties. Buster's real name is Robert, Sonny's real name is Saunders, Dixie's real name is Marlene, and Trixie's real name...
Hey, sister woman, intermission is over.
Oh, intermission's over. Gotta run. See you later.
Oh no, what will we ever do if we don't know what Trixie's real name is?
Maggie, being catty doesn't help things any.
I know. Why am I so catty? I'm just eaten up with longing and envy. Brick, I laid out your nice Shantung silk suit and those white silk monogram shirts that we picked up in Rome. And I even put cufflinks in those nice star sapphires that I
Can't get trousers on over this cast.
Well, yes, you can.
I'm not going to get dressed, Maggie.
Well, will you just put on a pair of nice white silk pajamas then?
Yes, I'll do that, Maggie.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't mention it.
Rick, how long does this have to go on for? Haven't I served my time? Haven't I done time enough? Haven't I served my term? Can I apply for a pardon?
Maggie, you're spoiling my liquor. Lately, your voice always sounds like you're running upstairs to warn somebody the house is on fire.
No wonder. No wonder. You know what I feel like, Rick? I feel all the time like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Then jump off it then. Cats can jump off roofs and land on their 4 feet uninjured.
Oh, yeah.
Do it, for God's sakes, do it.
Do what?
Take a lover.
I can't see a man but you. Even with my eyes closed, I only see you. Why don't you just get fat, Brick? Why don't you just get fat or ugly or something so I could stand it? Stupid concert is still going on. Bravo, Nuggets! Bravo!
What'd you lock the door for?
To give us a little privacy for a while?
You know better, Meg.
No. I don't know better.
Don't make a fool of yourself.
I don't mind making a fool of myself over you.
I mind, Maggie. I feel embarrassed for you.
I feel embarrassed. But don't continue my torture. I can't go on living under these circumstances.
You agreed to accept that
I know,
condition.
but I can't. I can't!
Let go! Let go!
Son? Son?
What is it, Big Mama?
Oh, so what's
won't be the first time I've seen Brick not dressed. Now come on and open this door. Here I come, your beavers and mays, gallery door. Where's Brick? Brick, hurry on up, son. I just have a second. I wanted to tell you the news about Big Daddy. He walked away from the house.
Well, I've noticed that you do, Big Mama, but sometimes people have got to have a little bit of privacy every once in a while, don't they?
No, ma'am, not my house. What'd you take off your dress for? I thought that little lace dress looked so sweet on you, honey.
Well, thank you, Big Mama. I thought that dress looked sweet on me too, but one of my little table partners used it as a napkin, so.
What?
Well, yes, Gooper and May, they're just so touchy about those children, and I just, thank you, Big Mama. I just can't give them any sort of idea about room for improvement or anything like that.
Son, hurry on out there. Well, Maggie, you just don't like children.
I do so like children. I adore them. Well brought up.
Well, why don't you have some and bring them up well then, instead of all the time fussing about Cooper and Mays?
Hey, Big Mama, Betsy and Hill got to go. Wait to tell you goodbye.
Tell them to hold their horses. I'll be right down in a jiffy.
Yes, ma'am.
Son, can you hear me in there? We just got the full report from the laboratory at the Oxford Clinic. Completely negative, son. Everything negative. Right on down the line. There's nothing at all wrong with him, but a little functional thing called a spastic colon. Can you hear me in there?
He can hear you, Big Mama.
Well, why don't he say something? A piece of news like that should make him want to shout. Made me shout. I can tell you, I shouted and sobbed and fell right down on my knees. Look, see the bruises on my kneecaps? It took both doctors to hold me back on my feet. Big Daddy was furious with me. But, to get a piece of news like that on Big Daddy's birthday, he could have fooled me, but I could tell he was about to cry about it himself. Y'all get dressed now. We're going to come up here for Big Daddy's birthday party because of your ankle. How's his ankle?
Well, he broke it, Big Mama.
I know he broke it. I mean, doesn't hurt him much still.
I'm afraid I can't give you that information, Big Mama. You're going to have to ask Brick if it hurts him much still or not.
Right.
Mr. Polly resident? It's Memphis, Miss Polly. It's Miss Sally in Memphis.
All right, Suki. Hello, Miss Sally. How are you, Miss Sally? Yes, well, I was just going to tell you about it. Shoot. Miss Sally, don't ever call me from the Goyosa lobby. You're much stuff goes on in that hotel lobby. No wonder you can't hear me. Now listen, Miss Sally. There's nothing serious wrong with Big Daddy. We got a report just now. There's nothing wrong with a thing called a spastic colon. Maggie, come over here and talk to that fool on the phone. I am so breathless.
Miss Sally? This is Brick's wife, Maggie. Oh, so nice to hear your voice. Can you hear mine? Well, good. Big Mama just wanted you to know that they got the report from the Oxford Clinic, and what Big Daddy has is a spastic colon. Yes, spastic colon, Miss Sally. That's right, spastic colon. Goodbye, Miss Sally. I hope to see you real soon. Well, she heard me just perfectly fine. I always thought that with the deaf and the hard of hearing, the best thing to do is to enunciate clearly close to their ear rather than just shouting at them. I used to read the paper to my mean old Aunt Cornelia. She was deaf as the dead. She never missed a word of it. You know what I got when she died? She left me all of her subscriptions to the Book of the Month Club and every dull book ever ever written on your library. She left all the good stuff to her Hellcat sister. Meaner even than she was.
Oh, Miss Sally sure is the case. Big Daddy says she has always got her hand out for something. Well, he's not mistaken. That lady always has her hand out for something. But I don't think that Big Daddy gives her as much as he should.
Big Mama, come on now. Betsy and you can't wait no longer.
I'm coming. Shoot, quit playing. I mean, has he been drinking much of that stuff yet?
Oh, well, no, I think he had a highball after supper.
Don't laugh about it. Some single men quit drinking when they get married. Others start. Rick never touched liquor before.
That's not fair.
Fair enough. I want to ask you a question. Just one question. Do you make Rick happy in bed?
Why don't you ask him if he makes me happy?
Because I'm
It
not.
works both ways.
Something's not right. You're childless and my son drinks.
Come on, Big Mama.
When a marriage goes on the rocks are right there. Right
That's not fair. That's not fair. Who am I? I'm Maggie the cat.
Big Mama gone.
She's gone. Our sex life didn't just peter out in the usual way, it was cut off short. Long before its natural time to. I think it's going to revive again just as quick as that. I'm confident of it. That's what I'm keeping myself attracted for. The day when you see me again the way other men see me. Yes. Other men still see me, Brick. They like what they see. Some of them give in. But Brick, how high my body stays on me, nothing's fallen, not a fraction. I've kept my body as well as you kept yours. Last week in Memphis, there wasn't a place that I went where men didn't just eat me up with their eyes. Not the country club, the restaurants, department stores. Any man I walked by just turned around and just ate me up. Wyatt and Alice's cousin's party. Best looking man in the crowd tried to force his way into the powder room with me. So went upstairs and tried to force his way in behind me.
Why didn't you let him in, Maggie?
Because I'm not that common, for one thing. Yeah. Like who it was. Sonny Boy Maxwell. That's who.
Oh, yeah. Sonny Boy Maxwell. He was a good end runner until he had that little injury to his back and had to quit.
Well, he's got no injury now. He's not alive. He still carries a little bit of a ledge for me.
I see no reason to lock him out of the powder room in that case.
Have somebody catch me at it? No, thank you. I'm not that stupid. Besides, I may have an affair on you since you are so eager to have me do it. But you can be damn sure if I do, it's not going to be in a time or place where anybody but me and the man are going to know about it. I'm not going to give you a chance to divorce me for infidelity or anything else.
Maggie, I wouldn't divorce you for infidelity or anything else. Don't you know that? Hell, I'd be relieved to know you found yourself a lover.
Well, I am taking no chances. No, thank you. I'd rather just stay here Daddy leaves you, he is dying of cancer.
Big Mama just said he wasn't, but the report was okay.
That's because they gave Big Mama the same story they gave Big Daddy. She bought it just as much as he did. But they are going to tell her the truth tonight. After Big Daddy goes to bed, they are going to tell her that it is cancer. And it's malignant. And it's terminal.
Big Daddy knows.
Hell, do they ever know it? You have to fool them. They have to fool themselves.
Why?
Why? Because all human beings dream of the same thing. All human beings want life everlasting. And most of them want it on earth, not in heaven. Well, that is the way it is, anyhow. Where did I leave my cigarette? Oh. Don't want to burn up the home place, at least not with Gooper and May and their 5 little monsters in it. Big Daddy's dying of cancer. And Gooper and May, they know it. Oh, they know it all right. They got the first news from the Oxner Clinic. That's why this campaign is afoot to shut you out forcibly if necessary, based on the fact that you drink and I have borne no children. You know, I've always really liked Big Daddy. I've always really liked him, Rick. That is the truth.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Big Daddy, I've always admired him. In spite of his coarseness and all, and his 4-letter words and so forth. Big Daddy is who he is. He makes no bones about it. He hasn't turned gentleman farmer. He's still just a Mississippi redneck. As much of a redneck as he must have been when he was just the overseer on the Jack Straw and Peter Ocello place. But he got hold of it. And he built it into the biggest and finest plantation on the Delta. This is Big Daddy's last birthday, and I am sorry about it, but I am facing facts. It takes money to take care of a drinker, and that is the office that I have been elected to lately.
You don't have to take care of me, Maggie.
Yes, I do. Because 2 people in the same boat have got to take care of each other. At the very least, you're going to want more money to buy Echo Spring when that supply is exhausted, or will you be satisfied with a 10-cent beer? May and Gooper, they have a plan to cut us off because you drink and I am childless. But we can defeat that plan, Rick. We are going to defeat that plan. Rick, you know that all my life I've been so goddamn disgustingly poor. And that is the truth, Rick. You know that is the truth.
I'm not saying it isn't.
You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to be as poor as Job's turkey. Well, I will tell you what it is like. It's like you would feel 1,000 miles away from Echo Spring and you'd have to get back to it on that broken ankle of yours without a crutch. You don't know what it's like to have to suck up to rich people because they have money and all you ever had were hand-me-downs and a couple of moldy 3% government bonds. That is what it's like to be as poor as Job's turkey. My daddy loved his liquor. He fell in love with his liquor the way you've fallen in love with Echo Spring. And my mama having to maintain some kind of semblance of social status on a measly $150 on those stupid government bonds. When I came out, the The year that I made my debut, I had just 2 evening dresses. One my mama made from a pattern that she found in Vogue, and the other a hand-me-down from a snotty rich cousin I hated. I married you in my grandma's wedding gown. You can be old with money. You cannot be old without it. You can be young without it, but you cannot be old without it. And it's just too sad and too awful. You have to be one or the other, Brick. Young or with money. And that is the truth, Brick. That is the truth. Well, I'm dressed. I'm dressed. There's nothing else for me to do. I'm dressed, and there's nothing else for me to do. My bracelets. I've given it a lot of thought, Brick. I think I know where I made my mistake. I never should have told you about that thing with Skipper. That was my fatal error. I never should have told you about that thing with Skipper.
Maggie, shut up about Skipper. You gotta shut up about Skipper.
Rick, you have got to know
You
that
think I'm
Skipper
kidding?
and I...
Fooled by the fact that I'm saying this quiet? Look, Megan, what you're doing is a dangerous thing to do. You're fooling with somebody that nobody ought to fool with.
I am going to finish what I have to say to you, Brick. Skipper and I made love, if love is what you could call it, because it made us feel closer to you. Yes. Both of us. You were always too goddamn hard on the people who loved you, on me, on Skipper, on all the poor sons of bitches who loved you, and yes, there were loads of them. Dozens more than just me and Skipper. You were always too hard on us. You superior creature, you godlike being. So Skipper and I made love. To dream it was you. Both of us. Yes. Yes. True. True. What's so wrong about it? I like it.
Skipper told me about it.
I told you.
After he told me.
What does it matter who told you?
I got your mallet, I got your mallet! It was back.
Hey, little girl. Hey, little girl.
What, Uncle Rick?
Tell the folks to come upstairs. Bring them up.
You can tell him. You can bring them all up here. I'll still go on telling you this all in front of them.
Little girl, do what I told you. Call them.
Okay.
Because it has got to be told, Rick. It has got to be told, and you never let me finish. You had something so beautiful. It was like something that they told in Greek legends. That was all it could ever be, you being you. That's what made it so sad. That's what made it so awful. It was love that can never come to anything satisfying or talked about plainly.
You gotta stop this, Maggie.
Rick, let me finish. Can't you see that I'm telling the truth when I say I respect it? I think it was noble. Can't you see I'm sincere? I remember when we would double date in college, and Gladys Fitzgerald and I, you and Skipper,
with this crutch.
Good Lord, man, do you think that I'd care if you did?
One man has one great, good, true thing in his life. One great, good thing which is true. I had friendship with Skipper, and you're naming it dirty.
I'm not naming it dirty. I am naming it clean.
Now, love with you, Maggie, but friendship with Skipper was that one great, true thing, and you're naming it dirty.
You're not listening to me. You're not understanding what I am saying. I named it so damn clean it killed poor Skipper. You two had something incorruptible, yes? But it had to be kept on ice. Death was the only icebox where you could keep it.
I married you, Maggie. Why would I marry you?
Rick, let me finish, please. I know that it was only Skipper who harbored any even unconscious desire that was not perfectly pure between you, but just let me skip a little. You married me early that fall after we graduated out of Ole Miss. We were happy, weren't we? We were blissful, yes. We had heaven together every time that we loved. But that fall, you and Skipper turned down job opportunities that you could go on playing football hero together. Pro football heroes. You organized the Dixie Stars that fall just so you could go on being teammates forever. Something wasn't right with it, Rick. Between you. Me included. Skipper began hitting the bottle. You had a spinal cord injury. You couldn't play the Thanksgiving game in Chicago. You had to watch it from a traction bed in Toledo. I joined Skipper. Dixie Stars lost that game because Skipper was drunk. That night at the Blackstone, we drank together. When the sun was coming up cold over the lake, we went up drunk to take a dizzy look at it, and I said, Skipper, you have got to stop loving my husband, or else you have got to make him let you admit it to him, or one way or another. He slapped me hard in the mouth, and then he turned and he ran all the way back to his room at the Blackstone. And when I went to him, and his door scratched at it like a shy little mouse, he made that pitiful, ineffectual little attempt to prove that what I had said was not true. It was in that way that I destroyed him. By telling him truth. Truth that he and his world, the world in which he was born and raised in, yours and his world, had told him could not be told. From there on, Skipper was nothing at all but a receptacle for drugs and liquor. Who shot Cock Robin? I with my merciful arrow. It's me. Sorry. I am not trying to whitewash my behavior, Brick. Christ, no, but I am not good. I don't know why anybody pretends to be good. Nobody's good. The rich and the well-to-do, they can afford to respect moral patterns, conventional moral patterns, but I... At least I'm honest. Give me credit for just that, will you please? I was born poor, raised poor, expect to die poor, unless I manage to get us something out of what Big Daddy leaves when he dies of cancer. But Brick, Skipper is dead. I am alive. Maggie the cat is alive. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. Bang! Stop that, little girl. A little girl ought to be told by her mother to knock on the door before entering a room, or else people might think that she lacks good breeding.
Yeah. What's Uncle Brick doing on the floor?
I tried to kill your Aunt Maggie, but I failed. And I fell. Little girl, hand me that crutch so I can get up off the floor.
That's right, little girl. Give your uncle his crutch. He broke his ankle. He's a cripple. Broke it last night on the athletic field, jumping hurdles.
What were you jumping hurdles for, Uncle Brick?
Because I used to jump them. And people like to do what they used to do, even after they stop being able to do it.
That's right, little girl. You got your answer. Now go away.
Hey!
Stop that! Stop that, you little no-neck monster!
You're jealous! You're just jealous because you can't have babies!
You see? They just gloat. They gloat about us being childless, bringing in front of all of the no-neck monsters. Rick. I saw a doctor while I was in Memphis. A gynecologist. They examined thoroughly. There's no reason that we can't have a baby whenever we want to. This is my time by the calendar to conceive, Brick. Are you listening to me? Brick? Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I hear you, Maggie. How in the hell on earth are you going to conceive a child with a man that can't stand you?
Well, that is a problem that I'm just going to have to work out. Here they come. Here they come.
I'm ready to register that you're getting the new memorial window. Is that right, Rick?
Oh, what the St. Paul's in Grenada.
Big Daddy!
The latest one is a Tiffany stained glass window. Costs $500. Picture of the cross, the good shepherd with the lamb in his arms.
Well, Brick. Hello, Big Daddy. Congratulations. Crap. Who gave that window, Brick?
They've had their typhoid shots,
Also
their
present
tetanus
St.
shots,
Paul's with a
their
baptism.
diphtheria shots, their hepatitis shots, and their polio shots. Oh, they get those once a month from May through September. And they, Gooper, what else have the kids been shot for?
You know what else Gus Hammond's family gave down to the church of Two Rivers was a brand new stone parish house with a basketball court in the basement. And
Hey, Freak! What's all this talk about memorials, Freak? You think somebody's about to kick off around here? Is that
Why don't you turn on the hi-fi? Let's have a little music to start the show off with.
You turn it on, Maggie. We gave him that thing as a 3rd anniversary present. Got 3 speakers.
Turn that damn thing off!
Where's my You're my bad boy. You're my little bad boy. Give me a kiss, you bad boy, you. Brick never liked being kissed or made a fuss over. I guess because he had too much of it growing up. Son, you turn that thing off. I can't stand TV. Radio was bad enough, but TV's got one better. I mean, worse. What am I doing sitting here for? I want to sit on the sofa next to my sweetheart, hold hands, and love him up a little bit. Hey, preacher, hey, preach. Come, give me your hand and help me out of this chair.
None of your tricks, big mama.
What trick? Give me your hand so I can get up out of the chair.
Hey, mama, quit your hustle. Well, too old and too fat for that kind of crazy kid stuff. Besides, a woman with your blood pressure, she had 200 last spring. You're risking a stroke when you mess around like that.
Here comes Big Daddy's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Now, Ida, what the hell is the matter with you?
Oh, she's just so happy.
I'm just so happy, Big Daddy. I just had to cry or something. Frank, did you hear the wonderful news about Big Daddy? That Doc Ball got? Big Daddy's 100%.
Isn't that wonderful, Brick?
He's just 100% passed all the examinations with flying colors. And now that we know that there's nothing wrong with Big Daddy but his fast colon, I can tell you, I was
Why don't
very
you just
sick.
get Big Daddy a birthday present?
This is the biggest birthday Big Daddy's ever had.
Big Daddy, this is Rick.
100 presents and bushels of television.
What is it, Rick?
I bet 550 you don't know what
The fun of presents is not knowing what they are until you open the package. Open your present, Big Daddy.
Open it yourself. I want to ask Rick something. Come here, Rick.
Rick, Big Daddy is calling you.
Tell Big Daddy I'm crippled.
I can see you're crippled. I want to know how you got crippled.
Oh, look. Oh, it's Cashmere.
You sound surprised, Maggie.
Well, why wouldn't I be surprised? All my family ever had was family. Luxuries like Cashmere are still a surprise to me.
Why?
Well, I don't see how you can be surprised when you bought it yourself at Lowenstein's in Memphis last Saturday. You want to know how I know?
I said quiet.
I know because the girl who waited on you served me, and she said, "Oh, Miss Paulette, your sister-in-law was just here buying a robe for her husband's father."
Sister woman, your talents are wasted as a wife and mother. You really ought to have been with the FBI or something.
What? The reaper running neck and
Preacher, I hope I'm not butting in on more talk of memorial stained glass windows, am I? Am I, preacher?
Big Daddy, don't you pick on preacher now.
Did you ever hear that expression, all hot and no spit? Well, you bring that expression to mind with that little dry cough of yours, all hot and no spit.
I wonder if the mosquitoes are active tonight.
What's that, little mama? Did you make some remark?
I did. I said I wonder if the mosquitoes would eat us alive if we went out on the gallery for a while.
Oh, well, if they do, I'll have your bones ground and pulverized for fertilizer.
We had an airplane spraying last week, and I think it done some good. At least I
Rick.
haven't had a...
They tell me if what really tell me it's true that you done some jumping last night on the high school athletic field?
Rick, Big Daddy's talking to you, son.
What was that, Big Daddy?
They tell me you done some jumping on the high school track field last night.
That's what they told me too.
Was it jumping or humping you were doing last night on that track field? What were you doing out there at 3 a.m.? Laying some woman on that cinder track?
Big Daddy, you are off the sick list. I'm not going to excuse you for talking
Quiet.
so nasty in front of the preacher.
Quiet! I asked you, Rick, was you cutting yourself a piece of poontang on that cinder track last night? I thought maybe you was chasing poontang on that track and tripped over something in the heat of the chase. Was that it?
Reverend Tooker, go for a stroll on the widow's walk.
And what was you doing out there at 3 in the morning?
Jumping the hurdles, Big Daddy. Running and jumping the hurdles. Those high hurdles got too high for me now.
Because you was drunk?
Over, I wouldn't have tried to jump alone.
Big Daddy, blow out the candles on your birthday cake.
Yes, I'd like to propose a toast to Big Daddy Poland on his 65th birthday.
I told you to
and
stop
those
this.
of
Now stop it! Quit this!
Big Daddy, I will not excuse you for talking that way about you and on your birthday. Now why don't you...
I'll talk like I want to on my birthday, Ida, or any other goddamn day of the year. And anybody here that don't like it knows what they can do.
You don't do that,
What makes you think I don't mean it?
because I know you don't mean that.
You don't know a goddamn thing. You never did.
You don't mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I mean it. I put up with a whole lot of crap around here because I thought I was dying. And you thought I was dying, and you thought you could start taking over. Well, you can stop taking over now, Ida, because I'm not going to die. You can just stop now. This business is taking over because I'm not dying and you're not taking over. I've been through the laboratory and the goddamn exploratory operation, and there is nothing wrong with me but a spastic colon. And I'm not dying of cancer like you thought I was dying of. Ain't that so, Ida? Didn't you think I was dying of cancer? Ain't that so, Ida? Didn't you have an idea I was dying of cancer, and now you could take control of this place and everything on it? I got that impression. I seem to get that impression. Your loud voice everywhere, your fat old body butting in here and there.
Hush the preacher.
Fuck the goddamn preacher! Did you hear what I said? I said fuck the goddamn preacher.
I've never seen you act like this before. I don't know what's
I
coming
went
in
through
you.
all that laboratory and operation and all just so I would know if you or me was boss here. Well, now, it turns out that I am and you ain't. And that's my birthday present and cake and champagne too. Because for 3 years now, you've been gradually taking over. Talking, bossing, sashaying your fat old body around this place I made. I made this place. I was overseer on it. I was overseer on the old straw and Ocella plantation. I quit school at 10. I quit school at 10 years old and went to work like a nigger in the fields, and I rose to be overseer of the straw and Ocella plantation. And Straw died, and I was Ocella's partner. And the place got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I did all that myself with no goddamn help from you, and now you think you're just about to take over? Well, I am just about to tell you, you are not just about to take over. You are not just about to take over a goddamn thing. Is that clear to you, Ida? Is that very plain to you now? Is that understood completely? Went through the laboratory from A to Z. I had the goddamn exploratory operation, and there is nothing wrong with me but a spastic colon. Made spastic, I guess, by disgust. All the goddamn lies and liars I got to put up with, and all the goddamn hypocrisy I've had to live with all these 40 years we've been living together. Hey, blow out the candles on the birthday cake. Oh, push up your lips, draw a deep breath, and blow out the candles on the goddamn cake. What the hell is the matter with you?
After all these years, you'd never believe that I loved you.
Huh?
And I did. I loved you so much. I loved your hate and your hotness, Big Daddy.
It'd be funny if that was true. Hey, Brick! Brick! I didn't call you Maggie, I called Brick.
Oh, well, I was just delivering him to you, Big Daddy.
What'd you do that for?
Do what, Big Daddy?
Wipe her kiss off your mouth like she spit on you.
I don't know. I wasn't conscious of it.
You know, that woman of yours has a better shape on her than Gooper's, but somehow or other they got the same look about them.
What sort of look is that, Big Daddy?
I don't know how to describe it, but it's the same look.
They don't look peaceful, do they?
Oh, they sure in hell don't.
They look nervous as cats.
Well, that's right. They look nervous as cats.
They look nervous as a couple of cats on a hot tin roof.
That's right. That's right, boy. They look nervous as cats on a hot tin roof. You know, it's funny that you and Gooper being so different would pick out the same type of woman.
Both of us married into society, Big Daddy.
Crap. I wonder what gives them both that look.
Well, they're sitting on a pretty big piece of land. 28,000 acres is a pretty big piece of land. So they're squaring off on it. Each determined to knock off a bigger piece of it when you decide to let it go.
I got a surprise for those women. I'm not going to let it go for a long time yet, if that's what they're waiting for.
That's right, Big Daddy. You just sit tight and let them scratch each other's eyes.
You bet your life I'm going to sit tight and let them sons of bitches scratch their eyes out. Somebody out there? By that door? Who?
Someone interested in what we have to say to each other.
Gooper? Gooper!
Did you call Gooper, Big Daddy?
Oh, it was you.
Did you want Gooper, Big Daddy?
No, and I don't want you. I want some privacy here while I'm having a confidential talk with my son, Brick. Now, it's too hot in here to close these doors, but if I have to close those fucking doors in order to have a private talk with my son, Brick, just let me know, and I'll close them, because I hate eavesdroppers. I don't like any kind of sneaking and spying.
Well, Big Daddy, I was
You stood on the wrong side of the moon through your shadow.
Well, I was just trying.
You were just spying and you know it.
Well, Big Daddy, I would. Well, you're so unkind to the people who love you.
Ah, shut up! I'm gonna move you and Gooper out of that room next to this. It's none of your goddamn business what goes on in here at night between Rick and Maggie. Oh, you listen, at night, like a couple of rotten peacock spies. And then you go and give a report to Big Mama, and she comes to me. And she says, well, they said such and so about what goes on in here between Rick and Maggie. And Jesus, it makes me sick. I'm going to move you and Gooper out of that room. I can't stand any kind of sneaking and spying. It makes me puke.
They listen, do they?
Yeah. They listen. And they go and give a report to Big Mama on what they hear going on in here between you and Maggie. And they say that you won't sleep with her. That you sleep on this sofa. Is that true or not true? If you don't like Maggie, get rid of Maggie. What are you doing there now?
Freshening up my drink.
Son, you know you've got a real liquor problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I know.
Is that why you quit sports announcing, this liquor problem?
Yes, sir, I guess.
Don't guess about it, son. It's too important. And listen to me. Don't look at that damn chandelier. Something else we picked up at the big fire sale in Europe. Life is important. You've got to hold on to it. A man that drinks is throwing his life away. Don't do it, son. Hold on to your life. There is nothing else to hold on to. Hey, come sit down over here so we don't have to raise our voices. The walls have ears in this place.
All right, Big Daddy.
why I'm quick.
Yes.
Son! Oh, swallowed some of that tobacco juice. It made me lightheaded. Oh. Why is it so damn hard for people to talk?
Yeah. Nice peaceful sounding clock, though. I'd like to hear it all night.
You know, we got that clock. Summer, we went to Europe. Me and Big Mama on that damn Cook's tour. Never had such an awful time in my life. You know, I'm telling you, son, them gooks over there that gouge your eyeballs out in the Grand Hotel. And Big Mama bought more stuff than you could haul in a couple of boxcars. That's no crap. And half that stuff she bought is still crated up in the cellar. Everywhere she went on that whirlwind tour, she bought. That Europe is nothing but a great big auction. That's all it is, some old worn out places. It's nothing but a big fire sale, the whole fucking thing. And Big Mama went wild in it. Why? Bought. Lucky I'm a rich man. Yes, sirree, Bob, and half that stuff is mildewing in the basement. It's lucky I'm a rich man. It sure is lucky, huh? Yes, son, I'm a rich man. A mighty rich man. You know how much I'm worth? Yes, Rick. Guess how much I'm worth? Close on 10 million in cash and blue chip stocks. Outside, mind you, of 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the Valley now. But a man can't buy his life. Can't buy back his life when his life is finished. That's one thing not offered in the European fire sale or the American markets or any markets on earth. A man can't buy his life with it. He can't buy back his life when his life is spent. There's one thing else I remember in Europe.
What is that, Big Daddy?
The hills of Barcelona in the country of Spain, and the children running through those bare hills in their bare skins, begging like starving dogs with howls and screeches, and how fat the priests were on the streets of Barcelona. So many of them, and so fat and so pleasant. You know, I can feed that country. I got money enough to feed that goddamn country, but the human animal is a selfish beast, and I don't reckon the money I passed out to those howling children in the hills around Barcelona would more than upholster the chairs in this room. I mean, pay to put a new cover on this chair. Hell, I threw money at them like it's got a feed torn for chicken. I threw them money just to get rid of them long enough to climb back into the car and drive away. Whew. And in Morocco, them Arabs. I remember one day outside Marrakesh, that old walled Arab city. I sat on a broken down wall. They had me a cigar. It was fearful hot there. And this Arab woman stood in the street and looked at me till I was embarrassed. She stood stock still in the dusty hot road and looked at me till I was embarrassed. But listen to this. She had a naked child with her, a little naked girl, barely able to toddle. And after a while, she put that child on the ground and she gave her a push and she whispered something to her. And that child come toward me, barely able to walk, come toddling toward me. And Jesus, it makes me sick to remember a thing like this. It reached out its hand and tried to unbutton my trousers. That child was not yet 5. Can you believe me, or do you think I'm making this up? I went back to the hotel and I said to Big Mama, pack up, we're clearing out of this country.
Woo! Big Daddy! You're on a talking jag tonight!
Yes, sir. The human animal is a beast that dies, but the fact that he's dying don't give him pity for others. No, sir. Did you say something?
Yes.
What?
Hand me my car so I can get up.
Where are you going?
I'm taking a little short trip to Echo Spring.
To where?
Liquor Cabinet.
Yes, sir. Human animal is a beast that dies, and if he's got money, he buys, and buys, and buys. And I think the reason he buys all that he can buy is that in the back of his mind, he's got this crazy hope that one of his purchases will be life everlasting, which it never can be. Well, the human animal is a beast that dies.
Big Daddy, you sure are shooting the breeze here tonight.
Well, been quiet here lately.
not a word. Just sat, stared into space. I had something heavy weighing on my mind, but tonight, that load was took off me. That's why I'm talking. The sky looks different to me now.
You know what I like to hear most?
What?
Solid quiet. Perfect, unbroken quiet.
Why?
Because it's more peaceful.
Son, you'll hear plenty of that in the grave.
Are you through talking to me?
Why are you so anxious to shut me up?
Well, sir, every so often you say to me, Brick, I'd like to have a talk with you. But when we talk, it never materializes. Nothing is said. You sit in a chair and gas about this and that, and I try to listen. Try to look like I listen. But I don't listen. Not that much. Communication is awful hard between two people, and somehow between you and me, it just don't happen.
Son, have you ever been scared? I mean, have you ever felt downright terror of something? Just a minute. Rick,
What?
son, I thought I had it.
Had what, Big Daddy?
Cancer! I thought the old man made out of bones had laid his cold and heavy hand on my shoulder.
You kept a tight mouth about it.
A pig squeals. A man keeps a tight mouth about it. Spite of not having a pig's advantage.
What advantage is that?
Well, ignorance of mortality is a comfort. A man don't have that comfort. A man is the only living thing that conceives of death, that knows what it is. The others go without knowing, which is the way anything living should go without knowing, without any knowledge of it. And yet, pig squeals, and sometimes a man can keep a tight mouth about it. Yeah? Sometimes a man can keep a tight mouth about it. I wonder if a whiskey highball would injure this spastic condition.
Oh, sir, I think it might do it some good.
Jesus. I can't tell you. The sky is open. It's open again. Christ, it's open. It's open.
You feel better, Big Daddy?
Better? Oh, hell, I can breathe. All my life, I've been like a doubled-up fist, pounding, smashing, driving. Well, now I can loosen up these doubled-up hands and touch things easy with them. You know what I'm contemplating?
Oh, sir, what do you contemplate?
Pleasure. Pleasure with women. Yes, son. I'll tell you something you might not guess. I still have desire for women. And this is my 65th birthday.
Mighty remarkable, Big Daddy.
Remarkable.
Admirable.
You're damn right it is. Remarkable and admirable both. I realize now I never had me enough. I let many chances slip by because of scruples about it. Scruples. Convention. Crap. All that stuff is bull. Bull. It's bull. Took the shadow of death to make me see it, and now that that shadow is lifted, I'm going to cut loose and have me, what do they call it? Have me a ball.
Ball, huh?
Oh yeah, a ball. A ball. Hell, I slept with Big Mama till, let's see, 5 years ago. Till I was 50 and she was 58. And I never even liked her. I'd never seen her.
Don't you men hear the phone ring? And I heard it all the way out of the gallery.
There are 5 other rooms that you can go through off this front gallery. Why do you have to go through this one?
Hello?
When Big Mama goes out of her room, can't remember what that woman looks like. But when she comes back into the room, boy, I see what she looks like, and I wish I didn't.
Hello, Miss Sally.
Where you going, son?
Out for a breather.
Not yet, you ain't. You stay here till this talk is finished.
I thought it was.
It ain't even big enough.
Excuse me. My mistake. Just wanted to feel that river breeze.
Go sit back down in that chair.
Miss Sally, you're a case. You're a caution, Miss Sally.
talking to my old mate's sister again.
Well, why didn't you give me a chance to explain it to you?
Rick, this stuff burns me.
Well, goodbye, Miss Sally. You come down real soon. Big Daddy's dying to see you.
Crap!
Yes, goodbye, Miss Sally. Big Daddy, that was Miss Sally calling from Memphis again. You know what she does? She called her doctor to get him to explain to her what this spastic thing is. And then called me back to tell me how relieved she was. Hey, Big Daddy let me in.
No,
Big Daddy.
I told you not to come and go through this room. Now you just go back out and go through one of the 5 other rooms.
Big Daddy, you didn't mean those things you said to me before. Sweetheart, Big Daddy, you didn't mean those awful things you said to me, did you? I know you didn't mean them. I know you didn't mean it in your heart.
All I ask of that woman is that she leave me alone. She can't admit to herself that she makes me sick. Comes from having slept with her too long. I should have quit much sooner. But that old woman, she couldn't get enough. And I was good in bed. I shouldn't have wasted so much of it on her. Well, they say that you only got so many and each one is numbered. Well, I still got a few left in me. A few. And I'm going to pick me a good one to spend them on. I'm going to pick me a choice one. I don't care how much she costs. I'm going to smother her in minks. I'm going to strip her naked and smother her in minks and choke her with diamonds. I'm going to strip her naked, choke her with diamonds, smother her with minks, and hop her from hell to breakfast. Right. Them 2 drips. Rick, son, I'm happy. Son, I'm happy. I'm happy. What makes you so restless? You got ants in your britches?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Something hasn't happened.
Yeah? What is that?
Click.
Did you say click?
Yes.
What? Click.
Click. Click I get in my head that makes me peaceful.
Son, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it disturbs me.
It's just a mechanical.
What's a mechanical thing?
The click I get in my head to make me peaceful. I gotta drink till I get it. It's just a mechanical thing. It's like a switch clicking off in my head, turning the hot light off and the cool night on, and all of a sudden there's peace.
Jesus. I didn't realize it got that bad with you. Why, son, you're alcoholic.
That's the truth, Big Daddy. I'm alcoholic.
Shows how I let things go.
I just gotta wait till I hear that little click in my head. Usually it happens sooner than this, sometimes as early as noon, but today it's dilatory. I just haven't gotten the right level of alcohol in my bloodstream yet.
Expecting death made me blind. I didn't have no idea a son of mine was turning into a drunkard right under my nose.
Well, Big Daddy, now you do. The news has penetrated.
Yeah, now I do. The news has penetrated.
So if you'll excuse me,
No, I won't. Excuse you.
I better sit by myself till I hear that click in my head. It's just a mechanical thing, but it don't happen unless I'm all alone or talking to no one.
Son, you'll have a long, long time to sit and talk to no one, but Right now, you're talking to me. Well, at least I'm talking to you. And you're going to sit there until I tell you the conversation is finished.
This talk is like all the other we've had in our lives. It's nowhere. It's painful, Big Daddy.
Then let it be painful, but don't you get out of that chair. I'm going to remove that crutch.
I can hop on one foot, and if I fall, I can crawl.
Oh, you better be careful. Crawl yourself off this plantation, and son, you'll be hustling your drinks on Skid Road.
That'll come, Big Daddy.
No, it won't. Because you're my son. And I'm going to straighten you out. Now that I'm straightened out, I'm going to straighten out you.
Yeah.
The report come in today from the Oxford Clinic. And you know what they told me? The only thing they could detect with all the instruments of science in that great hospital was a little spastic condition of the colon. And nerves torn to pieces by the wire back. Son, I want you to know I breathed a sigh of relief, almost as powerful as the Vicksburg tornado. Stay here. God damn it, till I say go.
I can't.
You sure in hell will, you son of a bitch.
No, I can't. We talk. You talk in circles. But it's nowhere. You know, it's always the same thing. You say you won't ever talk to me, but you don't have a fucking thing to say to me.
Nothing to say when I'm telling you I'm gonna live when I thought I would die.
Oh, is that what you have to say to me?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Ain't that important?
Well, there. That said. You said that, and now I can go.
You sit back there.
You're all balled up.
I ain't balled up.
You're all balled
You
up.
sit back there and you don't tell me what I am, you drunken lump. I'm gonna rip this coat sleeve off if you don't sit back there. You do what I tell you to do. I'm the boss here now. I want you to know I'm back in the driver's seat.
Big Daddy,
What the hell do you want in here, Big Mama?
what are you shouting for? I can't stand this.
Get out of here!
Christ.
Yeah, Christ is right.
Ow!
Son of a tomahawk.
Give me my crutch, Big Daddy. Give me that crutch.
Why do you drink?
Don't know. Give me my crutch.
You better think while you drink or give up drinking.
Will you please give me that crutch so I can get up off the floor?
First, you gotta answer my question. Why do you drink? Why are you throwing your life away like something disgusting you picked up on the street?
Big Daddy, I'm in pain. I stepped on that foot.
Good! I'm glad you're not so quick liquor to feel some pain.
You spilled my drink.
I'll make a bargain with you. You tell me why you drink and I'll bring you one. I'll pour you the liquor myself and bring it to you.
Why do I drink?
Yeah, why?
Give me a drink and I'll tell you.
Tell me first.
I'll tell you one word.
What word?
Disgust! How about that drink?
What are you disgusted with? You got to tell me that first. Otherwise, being disgusted don't make no sense.
Give me my crutch.
First, you gotta tell me what I asked you.
I told you, I said kill my disgust.
Disgust with what?
You strike a hard bargain.
What are you disgusted with, and I'll bring you the liquor.
I can hop on one foot, and if I fall, I can crawl.
You want the liquor that bad?
Yeah! I want it that bad.
Son, I bring you a drink. Tell me what it is you're disgusted with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'll try to. You ever heard of the word mendacity?
Sure. Mendacity is one of the $5 words cheap politicians throw back and forth at each other.
You know what it means?
Don't it mean lying, liars?
Yes, sir. Lying and liars.
Rick, is somebody lying to you?
Big Daddy, the kitties are shouting for you out here.
Keep back, Gilbert! Is somebody lying to you, Rick? Is Margaret lying to you? Is your wife lying to you about something?
Not her, that wouldn't matter.
Then who's been lying to you? About what?
Oh, no one single person and no one lie.
Then what? What then, for Christ's
The
sake?
whole thing.
Why are you rubbing your head? You got a headache?
I'm trying to explain this to you.
You're trying to concentrate. But you can't because your brain's too soaked with liquor. Is that the problem? Wet brain? What do you know about this mendacity thing? Hell, I could write a book on it. Don't you know that? I could write a book on it and still not cover the subject. Well, I could. I could write a book on it and still not cover the subject anywhere near enough. Think of all the lies I got to put up with. Pretenses. Ain't that mendacity? Having to pretend things I don't like or feel or have any idea of. Having, for instance, to pretend like I care about Big Mama. Well, I haven't been able to stand the sight of, sound, the smell of that woman for 40 years now, even when I laid her regular as a piston. Having to pretend I love that son of a bitch of a gooper and his wife May and then 5 same screechers out there like parrots in the jungle. Jesus, I can't stand to look at them. Church bores the Jesus out of me, but I go and sit there and listen to the fool preaching. Clubs, Elks, Masons, Rotary, crap. You I do like for some reason. Always have had some real feeling for. Affection and respect. That's always you. And being a success as a planner is all I ever had any real devotion to in my whole life, and that's the truth. I don't know why it is, but it is. Hell, I've lived with mendacity. Why can't you live with it? Hell, you got to live with it. There's nothing else to live with but mendacity, is there?
Yes, sir, there is. There's something else you can live with.
What?
This.
That's not living. It's dodging away from it.
I want to dodge away from it.
Then why don't you kill yourself, son?
I like to drink.
I can't talk to you.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as I am. God damn it. Tell you something. A little while back, when I thought my number was up, before I knew it was just this spastic condition, I thought about you. Should I or should I not, if the jig was up, leave you this place when I go? Because I hate Gooper and May, and I know they hate me too. And those 5 same monkeys are just little Mays and Goopers. Why should I leave 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the valley now to not my kind? And so I thought no. And I thought yes. I couldn't make up my mind. I hate Gooper and that bitch May and them 5 same screeches. But why on the other hand? Why in the hell on the other hand, Rick, should I subsidize a goddamn fool on the bus? Like or not like, or maybe even love. Why should I do that? Subsidize worthless behavior. Rob, corruption.
I understand.
Well, if you do, you're smarter than I am, goddammit, because I don't understand. And I'll tell you this, I didn't make up my mind at all on that question, and I still to this day ain't made out no will. Now, I don't have to. Pressure is gone. I can just wait, see if you pull yourself together, or if you don't.
That's right, Big Daddy.
You sound like you think I'm kidding.
Oh, no, sir. I know you're not kidding.
But you don't care.
No, sir. I don't care.
Rick, wait. No, let's leave it like this. Like all them other talks we've had. We always talk around things. We just talk around things for some fucking reason. I don't know what, but it's like something was left not spoken. Something avoided because neither of us was honest enough with
I
the
never
other.
lied to you, Big Daddy.
Did I ever you?
No, sir.
Well, then there's at least 2 people who never lied to each other.
We never talked to each other.
We can now.
There don't seem to be much to say.
Say you drink to kill your disgust with lies.
You said to give you a reason.
Was liquor the only thing that'll kill this disgust?
Now? Yes.
But not once, huh?
When I was still young and believing. Drinking man's someone who wants to forget he isn't still young and believing.
Believe in what?
Believe.
Believe in what?
Believing!
I don't know what the hell you mean by believing, and I don't think you know what you mean by believing. But if you still got sports in your blood, well, go
Simple
back
ass
to
sports,
sports
watching
analogy.
games I can't play? Describing what I can't do while other players do it? Sweating out there. Disgusted, frustration, and contests I'm not fit for? Drinking a Coke, half bourbon, so I can stand it? It's no goddamn good anymore. No help. Time just outran me, Big Daddy. Got there first.
You're passing the buck.
You know many drinking men.
Well, I've known a fair number of that species.
Did any of them tell you why they drank?
Yep. You're passing the buck for things like time and disgust with mendacity. Hell, if you got to use language like that about a thing, it's 90 proof bowling. I'm not buying it.
I had to give you a reason to get a drink.
Started drinking when your friend Skipper died.
What do you suggest?
I'm suggesting nothing. But man Gooper suggested there was something not quite right.
Not right?
Well, not exactly normal in your relationship.
They suggested that too. I thought that was Maggie's suggestion. Who else's suggestion is it? How many others think that Skipper and I were...
Hold on. I knocked around in my time.
What's that got to do with it?
Hold on, I said. I bummed. I bummed
Who
around
else's
this
suggestion
country.
is it? Who else suggested it?
I slept in railroad wires and flop houses and all cities before I...
You think so? You call me your son and a queer. Maybe that's why you put Maggie and me in this room that was Jack Straw's and Peter Ocello's, in which that old pair of sisters slept in a double bed where both of them died.
Now don't you start throwing rocks when you... What are you looking for, Reverend Tucker?
Gentleman's laboratory.
Well, you just go out to the other end of the gallery and use the bathroom connected with my bedroom. And if you can't find it, ask them where it is.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. It's hard to talk from here.
Son.
I've seen all things and understood a lot of them until 1910. Christ, that was the year that I had worn my shoes through. I hopped off a yellow dog freight car half a mile down the road and slept in a wagon of cotton outside the gym. Jack Straw and Peter Ocello took me in. They hired me to manage this place. It turned into this one. When Jack Straw died, why, old Peter Ocello, he just quit eating. Like a dog does when his master's dead.
Christ!
He died too.
Skipper is dead! I have not quit eating!
No, but you started drinking!
You think so too! You think so too! You think Skipper and I did sodomy together?
Hold on a minute!
You think we were a pair of dirty little men? Is that what you think of me?
What?
Is that what you think of Skipper?
I'm not
You think
saying
we're
it. I'm
dirty
not
pieces together?
saying it.
Come
You
on, fucking
just-
sissies! Critters! Straw! Ocello!
Jesus! Give me your hand.
Now I don't want your hand.
I want yours. Get up.
Big Dad, you shocked me. You shocked me. Talking so casually about a thing like that. Don't you know how people feel about things like that? How disgusted they are about things like that. Why, at Ole Miss, when pledging our fraternity, Skipper and mine attempted to do an unnatural thing. We not only dropped him like a hot rock, we told him to get off campus, and he did. He got.
Where?
We're in North Africa, last I heard.
Son, I come back from further away than that. Just today I come back from the other side of the moon. This country, son. I'm not easy to shock by anything here. Hell, I always lived with too much space around me anyhow to be infected by ideas of other people. There's one thing you can grow on a big place more important than cotton. Tolerance. I've grown it.
Why can't exceptional friendship, real, deep friendship between two men be respected something clean and decent without being
It
bothered?
can. Yes. I told May Cooper.
Oh, fuck Manny Cooper! Fuck all dirty lies and liars! Skipper and me had a clean and true thing between us. A practically clean friendship all our lives before Maggie got the ideas in her head you're talking about. Normal? No! It's too rare to be normal. Anything true between two peoples is too rare to be normal. Oh, once in a while, Skip would put his hand on my shoulder, and I put mine on his. When we were touring the country in pro football and sharing hotel rooms, we'd reach across the space between the beds, shake each other's hands goodnight. Once in a while.
So no one thinks that that's not normal.
Well, they're mistaken. It was. It's a pure and true thing. And that's not normal.
Big Daddy, they're setting off fireworks.
It's hard to talk.
Let's forget that.
Why did Skipper crack up? Why have you?
All right. You're asking for it, Big Daddy. We're finally going to have that long, true talk you wanted. It's too late to stop it now. We've got to carry through and cover every subject. Maggie declares that after Ole Miss, Skipper and I went into pro football because we were too scared to grow up. Wanted to keep on tossing those long, high passes. Passes that could only be intercepted by time. The aerial attack that made us famous. So we did. We kept it up for one season. That aerial attack, we held it high. That summer, Maggie laid down the law. She said it was now or never. So I married Maggie.
How was Maggie in bed?
Oh, great! The greatest! She went on tour with the Dixie Stars that fall. We made a great show of being the world's best sport. Wore a tall bearskin cap, a shako they call it, and a dyed moleskin coat dyed red. Cut up crazy, rented out hotel ballrooms for victory celebrations. Wouldn't even cancel them when it turned out defeat. Maggie the Cat! Skipper, he had a fever come back on him that the doctors couldn't explain. I had that injury, which turned out to be a shadow on the x-ray plate and a touch of bursitis. So I lay in the hospital room watching our games on TV, where I saw Maggie on the bench next to Skipper, who was hauled out of the game for stumbles and fumbles. Burned me up the way she hung on his arm. You know, I think Maggie always felt a little left out, because her and me now didn't get much closer than two people getting in bed, which isn't much closer than two cats on a fence humping. So she went to work on poor, dumb Skipper. He was a less than average student at Ole Miss. You know that, don't you? Poured in his mind the dirty, false ideas that what we were, he and me, was just a frustrated case of that old pair of sisters that lived in this room, Jack Straw and Peter O'Joe. So he went to bed with Maggie to prove it wasn't true. And when it didn't work out, he thought it was true. Skipper snapped in two like a rotten stick. Nobody ever turned so fast to a lush or died so quick. Now are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied?
With what?
That half-assed story.
Oh, what's half-assed about it?
Something's left out of that story. What
That's
did you leave
right.
out?
I left out a long-distance call that I received from Skipper, in which he made a drunken confession and on which I hung up.
You must have said something.
Last time we spoke to each other in our lives.
You must have said something
Oh,
to
what
him
could I say to
before you
him?
hung up. Anything. Something.
Nothing.
Just hung up.
Just hung up.
Well, anyhow, now we have tracked down the lie, Rick, with which you are disgusted, and which you are drinking to kill your disgust with. You've been passing the buck. This disgust with mendacity is disgust with yourself. You dug the grave of your friend and kicked him in it before you faced the truth with him.
His truth, not mine.
His truth, okay, but you wouldn't face it with him.
Who can face truth? Can you?
Don't start passing the rotten buck again, boy.
How about those birthday celebrations? Those many happy returns of the day when everyone knows there won't be any except you!
You got it all wrong. Upside down, are you crazy?
Let's go out and fire.
No one's going anywhere. What were you saying?
I don't remember.
Many happy returns when they know there won't be any.
Hell, Big Daddy. Let's forget it. Let's go out in the gallery and watch the fireworks you're shooting off your birthday.
No, you finished that remark you was making before you cut off. Many happy returns when they know there won't be any. Ain't that what you was saying?
Look, Big Daddy, I can hop around without my crutch, but it'd be a lot easier on the furniture and the glassware if I didn't have to go swinging around like Tarzan.
Finish what you was saying!
Leave the place to May, Cooper, and the same little 5 little homes.
Leave the place, did
All
you
I
say?
want is 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the valley.
Who said I'm leaving the place to Cooper or anybody? This is my 65th birthday. I got 15 years. I got 20 years left in me. I'll outlive you. I'll have to bury you and pay for the coffin.
Sure. Many happy returns. Let's go.
Lying. If they've been lying about the report from the clinic, did they find something? Cancer, maybe?
Mendacity is the system we live in. Liquor's one way out. That's the other.
You hands singing for you, Big Daddy.
I'm sorry, Big Daddy. My head don't work anymore, and it's hard for me to understand why anyone cared if they lived or died or was dying or cared about anything other than whether or not there was liquor left in the bottle. I said what I said without thinking. In some ways, I'm no better than the others, and in some ways worse, because I'm less alive. Maybe it's being alive that makes them lie, and me being not alive makes me sort of accidentally truthful. Anyways, we've been friends. Being friends is telling each other the truth. You told me, I told you.
Yeah.
Let her go!
Christ. Lying. Lying.
think I better head back to town.
Oh, no, preacher. You know we consider you a member of this family, one of our nearest and dearest. So you have got to be here with us when we give Big Mama the actual truth about the report from the oxen.
Where do you think you're going? Why do Big Daddy shout liars?
Has Big Daddy gone to bed, Brick?
Is that old lady?
I'll report her.
Now she's avoiding this talk.
She senses something.
Big Daddy, she is gonna need you.
This is going to be painful.
Painful things can't always be avoided.
I see Big Mama. Hey, Big Mama, come here.
Cooper, don't holler.
That smell of burnt fireworks makes me a little sick in my stomach. Where's Big Daddy?
Well, that's what I want to know. Where has Big Daddy gone?
He must have turned in. I reckon he went to bed.
Well, now then, we can talk.
What is this talk? What talk?
You know that my family freed their slaves 10 years before abolition, and my great-great-granddaddy freed his slaves 5 years before the war between the states.
Maggie's climbed up her family tree.
What, May?
You know, I think that Big Daddy was just tuckered out. You know, he loves his family. He loves having them around, but it's a strain on his nerves. And he just wasn't himself today. Big Daddy just wasn't himself.
Well, I think he was remarkable.
Yes, he is remarkable. Did you all see the food that man ate? Did you see the supper he put away while he ate like a horse?
I hope he doesn't have to regret it.
What? Well, that man had a big piece of cornbread with molasses on it and helped himself twice. Hoppin' John.
Yes, Big Daddy loves Hoppin' John.
Oh, he simply adores it. And candy yams. And, son, did you see how much food he ate? Why, he ate like a field man.
He doesn't pay for it later on.
What's that, Cooper?
Cooper just said he hopes Big Daddy doesn't suffer later.
Cooper says, why should Big Daddy suffer later for satisfying a normal appetite? There's nothing wrong with him but nerves, and now he knows it. So that's why he ate such a supper, because he found out he wasn't doomed to what he thought he was doomed to.
That's right. God bless his sweet soul.
Yes, bless his heart. Where's Brick?
That's outside.
Drinking.
I know he's drinking. Can I see he's drinking without you continually pointing out that boy's drinking?
Good for you, Big Mama.
Other people drink and have drunk and will drink for as long as they make that stuff and put it in a bottle.
That is the truth. I never did trust any man who didn't drink.
Brick! Brick!
Oh, he's still outside on the gallery. I'll go bring him in so we can talk.
I don't know what this mysterious family conference is all about.
Brick?
Oh, that's such long faces. Why don't you open that door to the hall and get some air circulating through here? Would you please do
Oh,
that?
I just think we should keep the door shut, Big Mama, until after the talk.
Brick!
Reverend Tuka, would you please open the door?
About
Sure
Big
will.
Daddy, she needs you.
I just didn't think we ought to take a chance of Big Daddy hearing a word of this discussion.
Whoa! Nothing's going to be said at Big Daddy's house that Big Daddy can't hear if he wants to.
Well, Big Mama,
A breeze, a breeze.
well, I think this is the coolest house in the Delta. Did you all know that housing banks is with us put air conditioning units at the church and the rectory at Prize Point in memory of housing?
Too bad nobody cools your church off before you preach. I bet you sweating that pulpit on them hot Sundays, Reverend Tucker.
Yes, my vestments are drenched. Last
So,
Sunday,
Paul,
the
you
whole of
reckon
my
those
chapel
vitamin
faded into
B12
the-
injections are all
Reverend, you
perhaps
must
up
have
to
been
me?
preaching well if you
Hell,
made yourself a
fire
something. I
last
suppose
Sunday.
there's been bestowed as anything else.
Maggie, are you coming with Brick?
I have a strange feeling. I have a peculiar feeling.
What feeling?
Like Brick said something he shouldn't have to Big Daddy.
What on earth could Brick have said to Big Daddy that he shouldn't have said?
Big Mama,
Now, wait.
In my day, we had what we called the Keeley cure for heavy drinkers. Although as I understand it now, they just take some kind of tablets.
they're called anti-buzz tablets.
Brick don't need to take nothing. That boy's still broken up over Skipper's death. Do you know how poor Skipper died? They gave him a big, big dose of that sodium amytal stuff at his house. Then they called an ambulance and gave him another big, big dose at the hospital. And that and all the alcohol in his system for months and months was just too much for his heart. I'm scared of needles. I am more scared of needles than I am the knife. I think more people have been needled out of this world. Oh, Brick! My precious baby!
Big Mom, but I'm still waiting for that click which makes it all smooth out.
Rick, you break my heart. Rick, go sit with Big Mama. I just can't stand you.
Well, now that we're all assembled,
We can talk.
It breaks my heart.
Rick, go sit on that sofa with Big Mama and hold her hand.
You do that, I'm a restless cripple. Gotta stay on my crutch.
Why are you all surrounded me? Why are you all staring at me and making signs or whatever?
calm yourself, Big Mama.
Calm yourself, sister woman. How can I be calm with all of you staring at me as if I had big drops of blood breaking out on my face? What is this all about? Huh? What?
Now, Dr. Ball.
Dr. Ball,
Big Mama wants to know the truth about the report we got from the Oxford Clinic.
on Big Daddy's condition.
Yes, on Big Daddy's condition. We just got to face it. Well,
Is there something? Something that I don't know?
yes. Well,
What is it? What is it? Somebody must be lying. What is it? What is it?
Sit down, Big Mama. Sit down on this sofa.
I've never seen a more thorough examination than Big Daddy Polly was given in all my experience with the Oxford Clinic.
it's one of the best in the country.
Oh, it's the best in the country, bar none.
Of course, they were 99 and 9/10% sure before they even started.
Sure what? Sure what?
Be a brave girl, Mama.
Sure what? What?
By the light of the silvery moon.
Shut up, Brent.
But now you see, Big Mama, they cut off a piece of this growth, a specimen of the tissue, and
Growth. You told me.
now
that.
wait.
No, you told
They
me
always
after
say
that.
Let Doc Bob talk, will you?
Yes, that's what we told Big
condition.
Daddy, but we had this specimen run to the laboratory, and I'm sorry to say, the test came back positive on it. It's well malignant.
Cancer?
You had to know.
Why didn't they cut it out of him, huh?
Involved too much, Big Mama, too many organs.
It's the liver's affected and the kidneys, both. It's gone way past what they call
A surgical rest.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's gone past the 9.
That's why he turned yellow, Mommy.
Wait for me. Get away from me, May. I want Brick. Where's Brick? Where's my only son? Brick!
Did she say only son?
I want Brick to tell me. Where's
A
Brick?
sober, responsible man with 5 precious
Let
children.
me tell you,
6.
Big Mama.
No, you're not my blood.
Mama, I'm your son. Listen to me.
Listen to Gooper, he's your firstborn.
Cooper never liked Daddy.
That's not true.
I think I'd better slip out of this. Good night, everybody. Good night. God bless you all on this place.
It's not true. It's not true. It's a bad dream. It's just a bad
Well, Big
dream.
Mama,
We're going to make Big Daddy as comfortable as we can.
in my experience, Big Daddy's experiencing some kind of pain, but won't admit that he has it.
Yes, that's what lots of them do. They think if they don't admit they're having the pain, they can sort of escape the fact of it.
Yeah, they get sly about it. They get real sly about it.
Cooper and I
Shut
think that
up, man. Big Mama? Big Mama, I think Big Daddy ought to get started on morphine.
No, nobody's gonna give Big Daddy morphine.
Now, Big Mama, when that pain strikes, it's going to strike mighty hard, and Big Daddy's going to need the needle to therapy.
I'm telling you, nobody's gonna give Big Daddy morphine.
well, you don't want Big Daddy to suffer. You know you don't.
I'm going to leave this stuff here, so if there's a sudden attack, you all don't have to call out for it.
I know how to give a hypo.
Nobody's gonna give Big Daddy morphine.
May took a course in nursing during the war.
Somehow I don't think Big Daddy would want May to give him a hypo.
Oh, you think he'd want you to do it?
Will! Dr. Boss is going.
Yes, I got to be going. Well, keep your chin up.
Oh, she's gonna keep both her chins up, aren't you, Big Mama? Stop that. Well, Doc, I sure do appreciate all you've done. I mean, we're truly obligated to you for well, that doctor has a lot on his mind, but it wouldn't help if he acted a little bit more human. And now be a brave girl, Mommy.
It's not true. I know it's just not true.
Mama, those tests were infallible.
Why are you so determined to see your father dead?
Big Mama.
I think I know what Big Mama means.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I think I do.
Well, for a newcomer
needed in this place.
Well, I suppose you needed a lot of understanding in your family, what with your daddy's liquor problem. Oh, and now you've got Brick with his.
Brick does not have a liquor problem at all. Brick is devoted to Big Daddy. This whole thing has been a terrible strain on him.
Rick is Big Daddy's boy, but he drinks too much, and it worries me and Big Daddy. And Margaret, you have got to cooperate with us. You've got to cooperate with me and Big Daddy and get Brick straightened out, because it will break Big Daddy's heart if Brick doesn't pull it together and take hold of things.
Take hold of what things, Big
The
Mama?
place.
Oh, Big Mama, you've had shots.
We've all had a shock, but
Let's be
Big
realistic.
Daddy would never, ever.
We're putting this place in irresponsible hands.
Big Daddy's not going to give the place to anybody. Big Daddy's not going to die. I want you to all get that through your heads.
Mommy, Big Mama, let's be fair. We all have optimism and hope for Big Daddy's prospects. We have faith in prayer. But there are certain things that must be dealt with.
Eventualities have to be considered, and now's the time.
Yes.
May we get my briefcase from out of our room?
Oh, yes, Cooper Hunter.
Now, Big Mama, what you said about me and Big Daddy was not at all true.
Brick?
I've always loved Big Daddy in my own quiet way and never made a show of it. I suppose Big Daddy has been fond of me too in his own quiet way, and he never made a show of it either.
Here's your briefcase, Cooper Hunter.
Oh, thank you. Of course, my relationship to Big Daddy is different from Brick's.
Well, because you've always carried more responsibility than Brick. What did Big Daddy do? Well, he doesn't always listen, and what did Brick do? Well, he doesn't carry anything except a football or a high ball.
May, will you let me talk, please?
Oh, yes, honey.
Now, a 28,000-acre plantation is a mighty big thing to run.
Almost single-handedly.
Well, you never had to run it. What are you talking about? As if Big Daddy was dead and in his grave and you had to run it? Why don't you just help with a few business details and have your law practice at the same time in Memphis?
Big Mama, let's be fair. Gooper has poured himself into heart and soul into helping keep this place up since Big Daddy's health's been failing for the last 5 years. Gooper didn't say anything. He wouldn't. He didn't think of it as a duty. He just did it. And what did Brick do? Well, he just kept living in his glory days, back in college, still playing football at 27.
Who are you talking about now? Brick? A football player? You know damn well he's not a football player. He's a television sports announcer, one of the best known in the country.
I'm talking about what he was.
Well, I wish you would just stop talking about my husband.
I've got a right to discuss my brother with members of my own family, which don't include you. Why don't you go outside, drink with Brick?
I've never seen such malice towards brother.
How about his for me? Why can't he stand to be in the same room as me?
Well, this is just a deliberate campaign of vilification for the most disgusting and sordid reason on earth. It's avarice! Avarice! Greed! Greed!
Oh, I will scream! I will just scream in a minute unless this stops! Margaret, come sit next to me, Mama. Oh, precious mommy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, how beautiful, how touching, this lovely display of devotion. You know why she's childless, don't you? She's childless because that big, beautiful athlete husband of hers won't go to bed with her.
You just won't let me do this in a nice way. All right. I don't give a goddamn if Big Daddy likes me or don't like me or did like me or never did like me or will like me or never will like me. I am just appealing to a sense of common decency and fair play. I'll tell you the truth. I have resented Big Daddy's partiality to Brick ever since the day he was born. How I've never been good enough to spit on him, sometimes not even good enough for that. Big Daddy is dying of cancer.
and it's spread all throughout his system, including the kidneys, and now he's sticking in uremia. And you all know what uremia is. Poisoning of the whole system due to its failure to eliminate its poisons.
Poisons? Poisons? Venomous thoughts and hearts and minds. That is poison.
I am asking for a square deal, and by God, I will get one. But if I don't get one, if there's any peculiar shenanigans going on around here behind my back, well, I'm not a corporation lawyer for nothing. I know how to protect my own interests.
Storm coming up.
A late arrival. Oh.
Behold, the conquering hero
Yes,
comes.
the fabulous Brick Pollitt. Do you remember who can forget him?
It seems as though he's been injured in a game.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, looks like out the one of the bench this year's Sugar Bowl, Brick. or was it the Rose Bowl that we made that famous run?
It was the punch bowl, honey, the cut glass punch bowl.
That's right. I keep getting my balls mixed up.
Why don't you two just stop venting your envy and malice on a sick boy?
Hush! Both of you. All of you.
Storm coming! Storm!
Lacey! Put the top up on my Cadillac!
Yes, sir, Mr. Bullet.
Big Mama, you know I gotta go up to Memphis in the morning to represent the Parkers taking the law.
Really, Cooper?
Yes.
That's why I'm forced to bring up a problem that
Something too important to put aside.
Brick was so, but he ought to be in on this.
Rick is present. We are present.
Well, good.
I will now present to you this outline my partner, Tom Bullet, and me came up with. A sort of a dummy trusteeship.
Oh, and I'll bet that it puts you in charge to dole out remittances, huh?
This we did as soon as we got the report on Big Daddy from the Oxford Laboratories. We did this thing. We drew this dummy outline up with the advice and the insistence of the chairman of the board of directors of the Southern Planters Bank and Trust Association up in Memphis, C.C. Bellows, a man who handles all the estates of the prominent families of the West Tennessee and the Delta.
Well,
Now, this is not final or anything like it. It's just a preliminary outline. But it does provide a basis,
A plan.
a design, a possible, feasible plan.
oh, I'll bet it's a plan.
I don't care what it is. I want you all to stop being catty in my house. And Cooper, you put that thing away. I don't know what the hell's in it. I don't want to know what the hell's in it. But I am talking in Big Daddy's language now. I'm his wife, not his widow. I am still his wife, and I'm talking in his language now.
Big Mom.
Google,
What I have.
explain. It's just a plan.
You put it away. I don't ever want to see it again, not even outside of the envelope. Is that understood? Plan, basis, preliminary outline. What is it Big Daddy always says when he's disgusted?
Big Daddy says, crap, when he's disgusted.
That's right, crap. I say crap like Big Daddy.
I don't think coarse language is called for in
Something in
this.
me is deeply outraged by you talking like that.
Nobody's gonna take nothing unless Big Daddy lets go of it. And maybe not even then. Not even then.
Lacey! Put my car away!
Singing!
Boy, you got the key.
No, you got a man.
You always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home.
Rick, come sit next to me. I need you. Tonight, Rick looks like he did when he was a little boy. When he played wild games and I'd holler until I was hoarse until he came home. Then he come home with his pink cheeks and sweat and sleepiness and his red curls shining. Time goes too fast. Nothing can outrun it. Death comes too soon. Even before you're half acquainted with life, you meet the other. We all just have to love each other and stick together. All of us, especially now that such a black thing has come into this place without invitation. Rick, son of Big Daddy, Big Daddy loves you so much. Would you know what would be his fondest dream come true? Is if you would have a child of your own, a son, as much like his son as the son is like Big Daddy.
I know that is Big Daddy's dream.
That is Big Daddy's dream.
Such a pity that Brick and Maggie can't oblige.
It's like the storm is taking liberties with this place. Yes, sir, Mr. Carter.
Big Daddy's out on the gallery.
I can't stay here. He'll see something in my eyes.
Can I come in?
Did the storm wake you up, Big Daddy?
What storm are you talking about? The one outside or the hullabaloo in here?
Excuse me?
Heard some mighty loud talking in here. It sounded like something important was being discussed. What's the powwow
Oh,
about?
why nothing at all, Big Daddy.
It's that pregnant-looking envelope you put back in your briefcase, Cooper.
Nothing, sir. Nothing much of anything at all.
Nothing. Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Y'all know the story of the young married couple?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Brick.
Hello, Big Daddy.
Young married couple took Junior out to the zoo one Sunday, inspected all of God's creatures in their cages with satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
But this afternoon was a warm afternoon in spring, and that old elephant had something else on his mind, bigger than peanuts.
Big Daddy.
You know the story, Brick?
Oh, sir, I don't know it.
Well, you see, in the cage adjoining, there was a young female elephant in heat. The preacher's gone, ain't he? What's the matter? All right. Well, in the cage adjoining, there was a young female elephant who was permeating the atmosphere about her with the powerful and exciting odor of female fertility. Ain't that a nice way to put it, Rick?
Oh, yes, sir. Nothing wrong with it.
Rick says there's nothing wrong with it. So, well, this old bull elephant, he still had a couple of fornications left in him, and he raised his trunk and he caught a whiff of that elephant lady next door. They started pawing at the dirt in his cage, started butting his head against the separating partition, and first thing you know, there is a conspicuous change in his profile. Very conspicuous. Ain't I telling this story in decent language, Rick?
Oh, yes, sir. Too fucking decent.
So this young boy, he points at it and he says, "What's that?" And his mama says, "Oh, why, that's nothing." His papa said, "She's spoiled." You didn't laugh at that story, Rick.
No, sir, I didn't laugh at that story.
What's the smell in this room? Don't you notice it, Rick? Don't you notice the powerful and obnoxious odor of mendacity in this room?
Sir, I do.
There's nothing more powerful, is there, Rick?
Oh, sir, nothing more obnoxious.
Rick agrees with me. The odor of mendacity is a powerful and obnoxious odor, and the storm has not blown it away from this room yet. Don't you notice it, Cooper?
What, sir?
How about you, sister woman? You notice the unpleasant odor of mendacity in this room?
Well, Big Daddy, I don't even know what that is.
You can smell it. Yeah. It smells like death. What's wrong with that fat woman over there loaded with diamonds? Hey, you, what's your name? What's the matter with you?
Well, I think she's just had a bit of a dizzy spell, Big Daddy.
You better watch that, Big Mama. A stroke is a bad way to go.
Rick, look. Big Daddy's wearing a birthday present to him. He's wearing a cashmere robe. Softest thing I ever felt.
It's my soft birthday, Maggie. Well, it's not my gold birthday or my silver birthday, it's my soft birthday. Everything's got to be soft for Big Daddy on his soft birthday.
Oh, look, Rick. Big Daddy's wearing the slippers I got him. birthday present yet, Big Daddy. I think I'll tell you about it now. I have an announcement to make.
What kind of announcement, Maggie?
A sports announcement, Maggie?
An announcement of life beginning. A child is to be born, Big Daddy. Sired by Brick and out of Maggie the cat. I have Brick's child in my body. That is my birthday present to you, Big Daddy, on your birthday.
Get up off the knees, girl. Get up off your knees. Yeah. Yeah, there is life in this girl's body. That's no lie.
It's Big Daddy's dream come true.
Jesus.
Cooper, I want my lawyer in the morning.
Where are you going, Big Daddy?
Son, I'm going up on the roof. Going up to the Belvedere on the roof to look over my kingdom before I give up my kingdom. 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the Valley Nile.
Sweetheart, sweetheart, can I come with you?
Rick, could you possibly spare me one small shot at this here liquor?
Help yourself, Cooper boy.
Oh, I will.
Of course, we all know this is a lie.
Be still, man.
I will not be still. She's made this up.
God damn it. I said shut up.
Gracious, I had no idea that my little announcement would provoke such a storm.
That woman isn't pregnant.
Who said she was?
She did.
The doctor didn't. Doc Baugh didn't.
I haven't been to Doc Ball.
Well, then who'd you go to, Maggie?
A gynecologist, one of the best in the South.
Uh-huh. Let's see. And, may we have his name, please?
No, you may not, Mr. Prosecuting
He
Attorney.
doesn't have a name. He doesn't exist.
Oh, he exists. So does his child. Brick's baby.
You can't conceive a child with a man who won't sleep with you. Oh, unless you think you're the next.
Turn that off!
We hear you in here. We know what goes on. So don't think you can trick us. Don't think you can pull one over on us like an old man with a condition. Cooper, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Cooper?
Sounds like the pain is struck. Come along, Mag. Let's lead these lovebirds to their nest.
Liars!
Thank you for keeping still.
Okay, Maggie.
It's Maggie Gallen of you to save my face.
There.
What?
Click.
that you were stronger than me. I didn't want to be overpowered by you. Since you've taken up drinking, I know it's bad, but I know that I'm stronger than you. I can love you more truly. Don't move that pillow, Brick. If you do, I'll move it right back where it was. I really have been to a gynecologist, Brick. And this is my time by the calendar to conceive. I know what to do.
I understand, Meg. How are you going to conceive a child with a man who's in love with his liquor?
By locking up his liquor, putting it away until he satisfies my every desire.
Is that what you've done, Meg?
Take a look. That cabinet is 9 empty if it was before.
Well, be a son of a bitch!
Tonight we make the lie true, Brick. And afterwards I will bring back your liquor here. And we will get drunk together. In this place that death has come into. What do you say, Brick?
I don't say anything. I guess there's nothing to say.
You beautiful people. You beautiful, beautiful people. Give up so easily with such grace. What you want is someone to just take hold of you and gently, gently hand your life back to you like something gold you let go of. I do love you, Brick. I do.
Wouldn't that be funny if it was true?